I want to introduce myself. So I'm Anna. My husband over here is Gary. We started coming here 14 years ago. And the reason that we came was because one of our friends who was here earlier invited us to a weight loss thing. We thought, oh yeah, that'll be great. Oh, we got way more than what we thought we were going to get. Dr. Joe is not just my chiropractor, he is my life coach. And there's a huge difference. I go to my medical doctor to get my blood tests and stuff, but Dr. Joe is who I refer to for anything else that I need because he's done so much for us. So my husband weighed 338 pounds when we first came here. And he had that old man shuffle, you know?
I'll never admit it.
Okay. He's lost over 120 pounds.
All right.
Yeah. All right. I weighed 196 and I've lost over 40 pounds and kept it off.
That's the important thing.
But I was also on 12 medications from the VA. And then I was on 2 medications for the side effects of the 12 medications. And I was a mess. And we thought at that time we might have to retire. And we're pastors of a church. And the thought of leaving our ministry was not exciting at all. My health, I would go up and down the stairs and I'd huff and I'd puff and it was awful. But coming here and learning all the things over the years that Joe has taught us has made a huge difference in our lives. So we are now healthier than we were in our 50s or our 60s. We are healthier than all of our children and grandchildren, with the exception of my son, who's a health nut, okay? And they all can't believe the difference between who we were and who we are now. So I want you to know that if you make him your coach, you can do the same thing. We've been here 14 years, not because we're sick and we need it, but because you need to maintain your health once you get it back. And that's what he helps us to do. He does things for his patients that no other chiropractor has ever done. And I've seen chiropractors since I was 15 years old. So this is the one you want to be with,
Amen.
Dr. Joe.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Let's jump on this thing. I have been deep diving this talk for literally the last 37 years. I'm glad I finally have the language to explain it to you. It's real simple. And before I even get started, can I just get your permission? Permission for what? Just to be me. Okay? I wish I had all the fancy words and neurodiversity eloquence to talk to people, but I've been told I have a tendency to polarize and trigger people. So it is never my intention to trigger anyone here, although it just might happen, but it's not intentional, I promise you, okay? It's just me being me. And I promise not to yell at anyone either, because my wife will give me the high hand like this going, you're yelling at people. So the reality of it is that 70 has to be the new 40. Okay? Here's why. Because I don't have any grandkids yet. And I just turned 60. And I figure I have a lot of living left to do, and I've got a lot of things to take care of, so that when I eventually in 10 years maybe have grandchildren, that I feel just as good as I did at 40 as I do at 70. Okay? Raise your hand if you still have a lot of living left to do. And you want things to go better, not worse, right? And so for me, just real quick, my wife and I have been married since 1989. We have 4 amazing children. I've literally been in this office here since 1992. Crazy. I don't know when to go home. Okay. And I've done over 500,000 adjustments easily all around the world. So when I just come from a state of, listen, I've been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, I can tell you what's going to what dog's going to hunt, what dog's not going to hunt. Longevity is something I feel like I know a little bit about because I've lived it. Okay. I'm not an expert at 35 years old telling you how to live your life. I've lived my life and I've raised 4 amazing children, one's married, no grandkids yet, as you know, but that's where we're going. And I've been to 2 Olympics. I've taken care of teams that won championships. I've taught this message all around the world. And so that's my latest picture. Like that picture, Arlene? See, I finally changed it. So that's our wedding. This was last August. No, was it? It was last May. And that's our new bride-to-be. That's Grant's daughter, Grant's wife, Joey. And then this is Luke. He's a chiropractor in Indiana. That's May. She's a chiropractor in Rockford, Illinois. That's Leah. She lives in Kentucky. Now, mind you, I always told my kids, don't live in the Midwest. You're crazy. Live in Colorado, right? Yeah. So if you want to find anything that I'm all about the last 30 years, you want to binge a bunch of stuff, I have videos on everything. So you can go there, look for it. I've gotten kicked off of YouTube on some things, but for right now, people had said, again, I know politics, right? They said, you like RFK? I said, well, let me put it this way. Because of him, I probably won't go to jail for at least another 10 years. So we'll just see how that goes. Okay. So some of you took your biological age, and if you didn't, you should have a handout in there when you get home, not now. But your biological age means that on your driver's license, mine says 60. Now, because I want to feel like I'm 40 when I'm 70, I don't want my biological age to be 60. I want it to be like 24 or 25. But realistically, it's at 46.4. So I took this test. This test is in your handout. You just take a picture with your phone. You can fill it out. And it's really good because when you fill it out, be honest, answer it. But like, well, what do I do to make my biological age and my birthday separate so I'm younger than I really am? Just follow what the steps are and everything I teach you today. Everything I teach you today is going to help your biological age be as young as possible. Say Yahoo. Now, to all the nerdy people out there, when I used to say, well, green grass, brown grass, dead grass, my wife said, that's not very detailed. That's not very specific. But guess what? The longer I've been teaching this, guess what they say on TV? Green grass, brown, metaphorically, right? So, I used to say, listen, do you want to know where the light switch is? Or do you want to know every wire in the ceiling and how it works? Which one do you want to know? Because I'm more or less, there's the light switch, turn it on, you're fine, right? Power's on. So here's the terms. Everybody say trajectory. Trajectory is what you do when you save for 20 years, and the trajectory, the momentum, the compound interest grows into something good. But if I put it on a credit card, that trajectory interest goes against me. So you're either trajecting the right way or the wrong way. Your train's either going the right direction or it's going the wrong direction. Trajectory really is what life is all about. So you got to understand, if you only get one word from today, it's trajectory. What is every choice you're making, every thought you're having, everything you're doing each day? Is it trajectorying you towards a stronger life and resilient and strong, or is it taking you weak and fragile? There is no thing as bad luck, bad germs, or bad genes. It's your daily choices that are taking you somewhere. Epigenetics means that your genes do not dictate your future, that your environment dictates your future, and the environment you choose to put yourself in each day will traject you into either health and healing and a strong bioage or an older bioage. Neuroplasticity means that your brain can change with the habits that you choose every day. So things I'm going to be giving to you, we're going to get going pretty quick, but I just want to give you the reasons and the science, okay? Not your Libre suggests, you just in a man of science, right? So neuroplasticity means you can change your brain. You can make it stronger. Your vagal tone, right? When your vagus nerve is stressed, you can't grow. You can't develop. You can't learn. You can't think. Your hormones get out of whack. All the things you don't want to have happen to you when your vagal tone is stressed. And we're going to get into that about vagal stress. You want to be in a state of rest, digest, and develop. You don't want to be in fight, flight, or freeze. You can't listen. You can't enjoy life. And when you're in fight, flight, or freeze, your trajectory just goes the wrong way. It goes towards a nursing home, not towards the beach. Some new words, self-regulating. That's what I want for you versus dysregulating. Okay? Adaptive, non-adaptive versus something you're going to hear me say, stuck on stress. When you're stuck on stress, it doesn't matter what you take, doesn't matter what you watch, doesn't matter what you do. Your body things just don't change for you. your hormones, your emotions, your digestion. You can't sleep, you can't eat, and you can't poop. And it's like, you're stuck on stress. Now, coherence versus chaos. Anybody familiar with the word coherence? You guys are all cool. Yeah, see, I'm like, what's that mean? Coherence just means green grass strong. Everything's working like it's supposed to. We're in coherence. We're so together. We're like on the same page. We all have ESPN going on, right? Okay. Versus chaos means no matter what I do, nothing's working. I tried this, it failed. I tried that, it didn't work. And then coordinated, especially with a lot of children we see with ADHD, autism, spectrum disorders. They're just not coordinated. It's like the proper thing is to wait for that car to go by, and instead they want to run out in front of the car. And so their mind, their thoughts, their actions are discoordinated. So as we work on your biological age, my question is, will your daily routine make each one of these stronger? Your metabolic health, your inflammatory load. Again, cancer, heart disease, diabetes, Alzheimer's, all begins with inflammatory load. And then our lifestyle, our choices each day just create that inflammation to keep going. Our cardiovascular efficiency. How's our heart working? How are we recovering? Being able to recover each day. Your nervous system tone. Think of your nervous system as a guitar string. You want it in tune. You don't want it too tight and you don't want it too loose because your trajectory gets thrown off and goes the wrong direction. And the last thing is mitochondrial function, right? Now, when you watch all the shorts on YouTube, whether it's Gary Brecka or what's the guy? The guy tells you to eat meat. He lives in Costa Rica, Saladino. You know, he's out there. All the people, all the experts, basically, they're making millions of dollars off of one thing. But the one that you skip is the other ones will come up behind you and grab you. You don't want that. So we're going to talk about everything I talk about is about trajecting your life so that your lifestyle makes every one of these stronger. So like with Mary Ireland, she started following what we're talking about. She changed her trajectory and she went from 160 pounds to 109 pounds. And it's not about losing weight. It's about getting healthy. It's about getting healthy, right? It's about getting healthy. Everybody say getting healthy.
Yeah.
Because if you just lose weight, right, using what they say to lose weight, you're just going to be lighter in your coffin. And you're really not going to have a trajectory that builds health. And then Michael Roussel, he was at 245 and he heard what you guys are talking about, just like Gary and Diane did. And now he's at 205 pounds. And the thing about what makes me excited is that the habits he created changes trajectory. And as he changes trajectory and build momentum and health, his body automatically naturally started losing the weight and finding the energy that he wanted. So that's how it works. Okay. So let me ask you a question. When you're in your 60s and your 70s and your 80s and your 90s and your 100s, are you going to want to be able to hike at least 1.5 miles with your grandkids? Okay. Do you want to be able to get off the floor on your own power if you fall down? That'd be a good thing. Yeah. Would you be able to pick up your young child from the floor if they're throwing a tantrum, right? You just reach down there, grab them by and pick them up, right? Maybe there's a reason why I don't have grit, right? We've already decided, Eileen and I, we're grandma and grandpa grit. That's what we're going to be. You put your cell phone and your pad right there. Go grab that bucket. There's those weeds. Let's go. We're going to pick up rocks and you're going to like it.
Okay.
You'll be able to lift a 5-pound bag of groceries, right? If you're like, well, I can't do that now, there's your sign. We have work to do. Okay. Lift a 20-pound suitcase over the overhead compartment, right? Or 30 pounds for some of us out there. I'm just saying. Okay. Balance on one leg for 30 seconds, eyes wide open. Don't ask me to close my eyes. I'll fall right over. Oh, pretty good today. Look at that. Okay. We won't talk about that one, but yes, I want to have that. Be able to climb 4 flights of stairs. Be able to open a jar. Be able to ride a bike. And I wrote this for you, Charles. To save $1 million, when should I start? A long time. So if you want to be able to do this in your 60s and 70s and 80s and 90s and 100s, you got to start now. You can't wait until you get there. You have to start now. And that's what Diana was saying, is that that's what we do every day. That's what we do. Everything we do is about so that you can do this every day of your life. Because again, living longer, okay, but how about living stronger? I don't know how many years I have left, but I want every day to be strong. And I don't know how many years you have left, but I want every day to be strong. So I'm only going to give you the goods, the secret sauce of what that is. I'm not here to waste your time because time is precious. And so, and again, the experts, right? Listen, well, the experts say this, the experts say that. And I know patients forgive me. You'll come in and you'll see something and you'll be telling me, and all of a sudden you see my eyes go like this. Okay. Well, I heard if I ate this, and I'm like, yeah, okay. So the thing is, they're trying to sell you that is. But like today, if I have heart disease, right? What do usually, when I go to the doctor, what do they tell me to do? Take medicine, right? Now, I'm not against medicine. Medicine saved our daughter's life. Chiropractic regenerated it and restored it, but medicine saved her life. So we're not anti-medicine, but let's just talk about it for a second. How many times have you been told you're sick or you're old or you're overweight or your problem is because you have bad genes? Or because, well, the bad germ? Or, well, you just had the bad luck. It's just, and that's not true, because all the research has proven with epigenetics that 80% of all cancers are attributed to your environment, right? It's your exposure to what's around you. It's what you're eating. It's what you're thinking. It's what you're drinking. It's what you're putting on your skin. It's what they're spraying in the environment. And it's what you're taking, having a toxic effect and causing your body to grow things like cancer and stuff like that. So diabetes, in 1940, only 1 in 300 people got diabetes. Then in 1970, 1 in 50. And then today, 1 in 3, 65 and older, have diabetes. So look at the trajectory of diabetes since 1940. Has it gotten better or gotten worse? Worse. So regardless of what they're telling us to do for diabetes, if the trajectory is getting worse, then the information is not working. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
So you're going to have to decide, do I want to take responsibility for my own health, or do I want to keep listening to the experts because they're the doctors, they went to school, they know everything. And again, my mom's a nurse, my sister's a nurse. I'm not yelling at them, but I'm just saying, hey, I don't like how this doctoring is going towards me, because I'm 60 now and I don't want diabetes. So what am I going to do different? Okay. Because do we live in a drug-free America?
No.
Again, trajectory. The minute you're born, antibiotics, then Ritalin, then appetite suppressants, then NoDoz, then Prozac, then Zantac, then everything else. And if you didn't come to my talk, you would think this kind of trajectory is just normal because that's all you see. And I'm here to tell you it's not normal. Maybe if you have an emergency, but this is not how you have a long, healthy, prosperous life, right? This person here, he's not picking up his grandkids. Okay, he's not hiking up and down stairs, right? He may be a nice guy, but he's not able to do that because the experts led him down the wrong road. So everybody say, I'm not a goose.
I'm not a goose.
See, geese fly south for the winter. You know why they fly south? It's too far to walk. Come on, you knew I had to throw that one in there. Geese and animals have instincts. They just do what they've always done. You're not a goose. You're a human being, which means tonight you can change your trajectory just deciding, okay, I may not know what the answer is, but I know what I'm seeing on TV in that drug ad. That is not the solution. It may be a short-term solution, but long-term, it's not going to traject you into being that person you want to be. So how do you change your trajectory? The first thing is you don't set goals. You create systems, habits, check boxes. And each day you check those boxes, you fulfill the systems. You don't just set goals like, I want to lose 20 pounds, or I want to run a mile, or I want to go. It's just wanting to is not good enough. You have to put in the action steps. So the first step of behavior change is, what process do I need to change? On your notes, okay, it says stop, start, and keep. And as I'm just spewing all over you here, you're going to say, oh, okay, I need to stop doing that. Okay, then write that in the stop. Oh, I need to start doing that. Write that in the start columns, okay? And then keep doing. So, because a lot of you are doing a lot of good stuff. So just keep doing that, right? And write that in the keep column. And that's how that works. That's how whenever I go to a seminar or want to work on my life, I just say, okay, what do I need to stop doing, start doing, and keep doing? And as I figure that process out, I start getting results. And I'm like, oh, I like the new me. I like who I am. And then as I like that, who I am and my identity changes because I'm changing my behavior, now the outcomes show up. Does that make sense? Okay, so number one, nutrition. Okay, everybody say nutrition.
Nutrition.
So for longevity, for weight loss, for disease prevention, primarily influenced by the following three things. Nutrition is number one. Okay, what can I eat to live stronger, more resilient? What can I stop eating to be more resilient and be stronger? And as I stop eating, the scale may be in my favor. So the first thing is processed foods. Any shocker there? Now, what is processed foods? Processed foods are anything where you cannot pronounce the ingredient. The ingredient was made in a lab, not on a farm. Okay? But you've heard of big food, you've heard of the process, all that stuff like that, like Doritos and soda pop and things like that, right? They put ingredients in there to make it addictive, blah, blah, blah. But the point is that now they have so much money that now we're following them as now the experts of what we should be eating, right? And the problem is that as we eat the unprocessed foods, it cranks up our hormones, it makes them go out of whack, and it shortens our trajectory and turns it the wrong way. Okay, unprocessed foods. Thank you, Mrs. Arvay. That's why she's here. So you know what it is. If it's in a box, in a wrapper, right? That's processed. And read the ingredients. It's not like it came from a science experiment. It probably did. So when you look at hormones and you look at processed foods, okay, there's three things you got to pay attention to. The first one, everybody say cortisol.
Cortisol.
Cortisol is a hormone that makes you gain weight. Cortisol is a hormone that stresses you out. Cortisol is a hormone that puts you into sympathetic dominance, and now you're stuck on stress and you can't get out. And if your breakfast, lunch, and dinner or snacks are all jacking up your cortisol levels, that's why you're stuck and you don't know what to do, because now you're addicted to the food which they gave you. All right. Everybody say leptin. Leptin is the hormone that tells your brain to burn fat. The problem is that when your leptin levels are out of balance, then your body stops burning fat and actually makes more fat cells. And then that basically cranks up the cortisol, which then cranks up the insulin. And as my friend Dr. Josh Ack says, it starts a cascade effect, again, a trajectory, taking you to a place you don't want to be. Okay? And then we're taught as Americans to look for the magic pill or the magic surgery, or the magic injection, whatever, to make it all go away. And the problem is that we may lose weight, we may look good short term, but it's long-term disaster. Okay? Again, the same people that are telling us to buy their products, the same as they told us it's okay to smoke when you were pregnant. Okay? They told us it's okay to use leeches for infection, right? I'm just saying the trajectory is not so good. Okay. And then everybody say human growth hormone. That's what you want naturally, not injected. You can buy it. You can go down to Mexico, and well, maybe not right now, but you can buy it. Okay. But the good thing is everything I'm teaching you, when you follow it and you lift weights and you eat clean, your body will make human growth hormone and begin to reverse and regenerate the process. So why can't you lose weight? It's because of leptin. Blame leptin. Say boo leptin.
Boo, leptin.
Because what happens is that as you're eating processed foods, the calories start to increase and you're never full. It's like, I just need more. I just need more. And it causes overeating. It disrupts the signal between your brain and body. So now every time you walk by a cookie, it knows your name. It's like, how did it know my name, right? We go into Starbucks, we start drinking frappuccinos, right? And all that stuff. And again, leptin actually makes our body make more fat cells, and then we begin to gain weight. So leptin is the hormone that we need to get a hold of with our lifestyle each day. So is this you? Well, you have a fasting blood sugar level greater than 100. That means we need to turn some things around. Is your waistline 40 inches or greater? That means we need to change your trajectory. Women, is your waistline 35 inches or greater? We need to change your trajectory. Are your triglycerides higher than 150? Is your HDL smaller than 40. You want this high. And your HDL 50 from women, okay? You want this high. And your blood pressure greater 130/85. If you have 3 of these 5 items, that means possibly that your body is trajecting in the wrong direction. And we need to get that turned around, okay? Medicine's not going to turn it around. Medicine's going to artificially change these, but it's not going to turn it around. And it's going to just keep taking you where you don't want to go. So here now comes, ever say good news? You can heal you. You can fix you. Again, we've been teaching this healing plan, healing diet for literally 30 years here, okay? So there's 3 rules. Everybody say 3 rules. 3 rules to turning your life around. First one is you have to begin to eliminate sugar and man-made carbohydrates. They're not your friend, okay? Number 2 is you need to get your protein and get it clean. And I'll talk about that in just a minute. And number 3 is you need to change your bad fats in for good fats. Okay, sugar, good protein, eliminate sugar, good protein, and start getting good fats in your body. That's the 3 things. We call that the healing diet, right? And how long should you be on this diet for?
Life.
Until you're healed, right? Yes, forever. But until you're healed. So, top 10 reasons to avoid sugar. First of all, it makes you gain weight. It's not your friend. Sugar is more addictive than crack cocaine. And what's even worse is the pink pack, blue pack, and yellow pack of the artificial sweeteners, okay, the diet sodas and things like that. Also, it throws off your alkalinity, which now causes inflammation, and that can give you kidney stones. It can cause oxidation in your joints and oxidation in your arteries. It also helps you. It cranks up your cholesterol. It throws off your hormonal imbalances. It's a fast track to diabetes. It's a toxin, heart disease, anti-nutrient, and promotes cancer. Cancer feeds off cancer cells. And I haven't done it yet, but I really like the book Glucose Revolution. If you haven't read that yet, that's a good book. I like it. She gives you ways to eat food. First of all, eat your greens, then your proteins and fats, then your starches, then your desserts if you want them. Because basically you're eating in a level where blood sugar doesn't just jump on it and throw everything off as far as sugars go. Okay. But I like the little stick, the blood sugar counters. Wear that for 2 or 3 months and just see exactly what your brain and body likes and doesn't like. It's all about the signaling. It's not about the wrapper. Okay, protein. If I want to lose weight or if I want to maintain my health and I want to, let's see, my ideal weight is 200 pounds. Then I want to make sure I'm eating 200 grams of protein a day. Okay, so if you want to lose weight or if you want to maintain your weight, then 150, 120, whatever it is your ideal weight is, if you want to make sure that your body's able to metabolize, you're not inflaming things, you're strong and resilient, then you want to eat enough protein each day to meet whatever. So if I'm at 200 and I want to weigh 180 and lose weight, then I'll start eating my calories to basically where I get 180 grams of protein, and my body will eventually reset to that. That's the first thing, because if you're getting your protein intake each day, then your body has a fuel to be healthy and strong. Because protein's in charge of your digestive enzymes, help boost your immune system. It makes your muscles strong so you can lift weights. It helps your DNA and RNA repair itself, helps support your bones and muscles, helps your hormones regulate, and helps your blood be strong. So you got to have protein. I'd rather you be not on a high protein, but count your macros each time. Now, when it comes to good fats, making sure you're getting these each day in your diet. Make sure they're getting into your shopping cart and make sure they're going home with you, right? Someone says, oh, I hate myself. I had ice cream last night. I said, where at? At home. I'm like, well, how did it get there then? When my wife bought it. Yeah, right. Right? So make sure that you're eating avocados or eggs. No, I get it. My body is not a good fat metabolizer. So when I just don't blanket throw stuff at you. Some of you may need some nutrition testing, and that's what I do as well to make sure that you're getting the right food, the right macros, the right nutrition. But basically, overall, avocados, eggs, coconut oil, raw nuts, olive oil, salmon, flaxseed, leafy green vegetables, all these you should be having your house filled up with this kind of stuff and eating this stuff. The things you don't want to eat that have a life-taking effect on your brain and body, that mess with your cortisol levels, that mess with your leptin levels, are like margarine, French fries, donuts, right? Cookies, pastries, crackers, processed meats, canola oil, hydrogenated oils. So these are the things that you want to put on your stop list and start when you start shopping, start buying this or keep eating this stuff. Make sense?
Yep.
Okay, good. Now, here's the thing. Everybody say, I've been lied to. Because you go shopping and you mean well. You go buy some mayo. Because if you're from Michigan, everything tastes better with mayonnaise. So it says Hellman's, olive oil, mayonnaise dressing. So when you go shopping, read the ingredients. The ingredients will tell you if it even gets in your cart or not. Then you can look at the macros to decide how much you're going to eat of it. But I don't just look at the macros. I look at the ingredients to see whether it's even food or not. And when you read the ingredients, it says number water, olive oil, but then it says canola oil and soybean oil. Wait a minute. That was on this list, which means that is not going to go in my shopping cart. Okay. Well, then I look for this kind. Avocado oil mayo. That must be good, right? Well, let's check and see. Right? Don't read this. They lie all day long like that. But again, want the topic: canola oil, soybean oil. It doesn't matter where it's at. If it's down here is where you see red dye 40, blue, all the other stuff that we don't put in. But the minute you see this, the seed oils, it doesn't even go in the cart. Don't even whine about it. Don't even wrestle with yourself. It's a no-brainer. It's done. Well, just this one time. No more. It's not even food. It's poison. So now you're in charge of making a grocery shopping list for your family. It's real simple. You go to all your kids or all the people you're responsible for and say, what do you like for breakfast? And they give you a list. What do you like for lunch? They give you a list. What do you like for dinner? They give you write it all down, right? Because you go shopping, you'll buy all the healthy stuff and nobody eats anything. And what does it do? It just goes to waste, right? No. Once they give you the list, you go buy the healthiest version of what they told you they wanted and then start there. That's how you make an effective grocery list, okay? So to be lean, resilient, and strong, drink this, okay? If you're a baby and you don't have teeth, drink breast milk, okay? Then switch to raw goat milk or raw milk, okay? Then filtered water, organic green tea, coffee with heavy whipping cream, which I have right here right now. Plain soda water with lemon or lime. Izzy sodas. Everybody know what Izzy's are? Raise your hand if you know what Izzy's are. Good, Izzy's. We used to take Izzy's to the Christian school picnics. Put them in the ice bin. We go back to get them. They'd steal them. Freaking Christians took our soda pop, right? Fit aid recovery drink. But the base thing about drinking is avoid juice, soda pop, sugar-free drinks, pasteurized milk, Frappuccinos, ingredients that tell you it's your brain's friend or not. If you can't pronounce the ingredients, it doesn't belong in your brain. Okay? Breakfast. Some of you are intermittent fasting. That's okay. It all depends on who you are. That's whole nother topic. But for breakfast, you're going to avoid juice and soda, sugar-free drinks, right? No 7-Eleven breakfasts. You're going to avoid pasteurized milk, sugar cereals, donuts, sugar muffins, white bread. Again, if your brain doesn't like it, you can't pronounce it, it doesn't belong in your body. Eggs, raw oats, Ezekiel bread with toast, almond butter. Again, these are things that you can eat. Eat to your heart's desires. The next thing is snacks. Okay, does everybody have a snack drawer or a cave? What time do you usually cave and you have to have that whatever it is, right? Well, know yourself. So when it comes at 2 o'clock or 10 o'clock or 10 o'clock at night, that you have almonds, you have celery almond butter, you have cashews. Okay, but again, read the ingredients, right? Protein bars are not your friend. They're full of sugar. Know your snacks. Fruit and veggies are your friends, especially veggies, okay? And fruit. Lunch, again, meat roll-ups. Anybody know what a meat roll-up is, Lucy? It's just a sandwich without bread, okay? Bread's not your friend. Some of you are addicted to bread. But raw cheese, hummus, veggies, hamburgers. I have a little hamburger patty for lunch every day, or chicken. But again, you're avoiding, put in your stop list, soda pop, sugar-free drinks, salad dressings, pasteurized milks, white bread, Frappuccinos, okay? The ingredients are just going to jack up your cortisol and leptin levels and make you gain weight. Again, dinner, chicken, grass-fed beef, fish that's caught in really cold waters, salad, veggies, sweet potatoes, club soda, sauerkraut. That's been my newest thing, putting sauerkraut on my food. So I want my gut to be strong. But again, avoiding the crap so that it doesn't give you sugar cravings. And then what about sugar cravings? If you have sugar cravings, it's because basically you didn't have protein or fat that day, and now it's 9 o'clock at night, and you swear your brain's saying, I want some Ben and Jerry's. I want some Fruity Pebbles. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? That's the only one, right? So what it's saying is, really, I need protein, I need fat. So you can grab the celery, you can grab an apple, you can put almond butter on it, you can eat that. Feed that craving protein and fat. In about 20 minutes, that craving will go away, and then you can go to bed. And as your body gets the fat and protein throughout the day, you will not get the sugar cravings. If I get nerded out about anything, it's about what I have for dinner and why my brain is now saying, wow, cookie. I'm like, what? I'm like, what did I have, or how much did I have of it? Was it too much? That's where I try to go and try to trick this, play the game and play the system. So what about peptides? Dr. Joe ice cream, exactly. So, is it on there?
Yeah.
Dr. Joe ice cream. So you can tell she's been here 15 years. Yeah. So Dr. Joe ice cream is you take coconut oil, 2 teaspoons, you take some 100% cocoa nibs, and you take a little bit of almond butter, and you just mix it together. Now, I don't eat that anymore because it's too much fat for me, but it does shut off my protein. So it shuts off my sugar craving. But yes, that's Dr. Joe ice cream. So about peptides. Ooh, man, Dr. Joe, you should get into peptides. There's a lot of money to be made in peptides. First of all, you can't inject health. We're just going to say that no matter what it is you're injecting, you can't inject health. But the good news is that I'm all for peptides. I'm all for organ meats. Weston Price, back over 100 years ago, traveled around the world, and he's the guy. He was a dentist way back when we had to take boats everywhere. And he's like, look at this indigenous tribe. When they have problems, whatever they're having problems with in their body, they'll eat that particular organ of that animal that is caught, and that organ will have a healing effect on that body part. So organs became like, they didn't eat the steak, they ate the organs. And that's why they had the health and the vitality of the tribe. And wherever they went around the world, that's what they did. So we've been waiting for a long time. Everybody say top shelf. If you travel, you know top shelf is where to go. Chelsea travels, she does all that stuff. I forget it. She goes on lots of trips. But peptides, what they are is they're communicators. They're making sure the signal of what you're taking gets to what you need it to. They support cellular communication. They influence repair and regulation. That's what you want. And they're naturally found in organ foods. And so accelerated aging begins when your signal starts to get weak because of your nutrition and the processed foods, that signal gets weak and that signal gets stronger at building up the cortisol and the leptin and shrinking the HGH. That's when we start to get flabby, start to gain weight, and start to lose strength. But with taking the right peptides, longevity isn't something you inject, it's something you regulate. That peptides support communication, not force your hormones to do something that they're not ready to do yet. You're playing with fire when you force your body to do something, when you inject it with something, and you're forcing it to be young when you're not doing the daily habits to be young. So that's why I'm excited about our men's formula, men's multi. Again, it's for men 30 and older, but again, male vitality, it stabilizes stress and strengthens hormones because it has the organ peptides in it. It has ashwagandha in it. Say that fast 3 times, right? We also have a women's multi now. Again, top shelf. It starts to regulate hormones because it uses the regulation first, then everything else follows. We have magnesium made from spirulina. Because again, I know magnesium glycinate's all fancy, but the thing is that you may not be getting the form that which all the science was done on. And they might have overcooked the product. Like if I take broccoli and I throw it and I do all the research on how good broccoli is, but then I put it in a microwave for 4 hours and I pull that broccoli out, is it the same broccoli that I did all the research on? No, it's been overprocessed. So nowadays, that's what happens to a lot of the vitamins or things they're promising us online. But the magnesium is made specifically from spirulina, which has over 300 different reactions. So when I eat spirulina, my brain knows what to do with it. It uses the magnesium to help reset my nerve system. That's the power when you eat an organ or you eat real food. Your brain knows where to put it so it can begin to heal and regenerate and change your trajectory. Does this make sense? Say yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So if you can't relax, you can't regulate. And this magnesium with peptides helps that. And then memory, right? Clarity under pressure. When cortisol rises, that's when the brain fog begins to start. And then menopause, right? It's a real thing right here. And again, so we have a menopause product with peptides in it that helps transition with strength and struggle. Not struggle, okay? Now, how's it working for you guys?
Oh my gosh.
So,
I gotta tell you guys, when you went to this last out of town to the last workshop in Florida, he brought back these things. We started taking them right away. And immediately, you never feel this on anything else, but immediately Mike and I had more energy. It was like, just, and I always have energy, but I just feel so great. I mean, those things are
there's
fabulous.
a difference, isn't there?
Oh, what a
Yeah.
difference.
all
Yep.
of them?
No,
Or you
we just had her on the multivitamin and the menopause, and then he's on the men's and the memory.
And see, it's not the grocery store kind. This is top shelf stuff.
Yep.
The best you can get.
Yeah.
It's
And
great.
again, I want to play with my grandkids. And if I'm going to be doing it, I'm going to share it with y'all. That's all I just bring. Again, so we'll have that tonight. Now for kids also, and for adults, okay, everybody say Shadavari three times. And these are gummies. Why not, right? Make it easy to be nutritionally healthy. So this is a company called Elevate. They're gummies. They're for women, but literally women 10 and over, right? The problem with children today is that they're stressed out more than ever. They're toxic more than ever. And so what was hitting women at 30, 35 are now hitting at 10, and 15, and 13 years old. Okay. So I like this. Again, it's a gummy. You take 3 a day. It's a simple support, real regulation. Okay. For women ages 10, because it just helps gently bring, because they're like, oh, I hate taking vitamins. Well, everybody loves gummies. Okay. Everybody loves, for one reason, I'm told. But we have this now for you because I just want to make getting strong and healthy easy. And the last thing, we have ashwagandha for everybody, right? This is good for everybody, ages 5 and older, for boys and for girls. But Jesse says when he's taking his ashwagandha, he sleeps better because it has a direct effect on cortisol. So if your cortisol is high, then the ashwagandha goes after it and helps bring a calming effect. And so today, if you want to get anything, there's 5 to 10% off all the products. If we run out, we'll order more for you. Don't worry about it. But I have a limited supply there, so just grab that. Okay. So everybody stand up. Now we're talking about exercise. Okay. So on Saturday mornings, we do a little workout called surge workout. Okay. Denise, you want to show them how to do it? Okay. So what we're going to do is in 3 seconds, we're going to start marching in place. Ready, set, go. March in place. Good. March in place. Good. Pick it up. Go a little faster now. So now you're exercising. Congratulations. Now we're going to do this for 20 seconds. Just keep marching. Keep marching. Keep marching. Good. Good. Michael, I know it's kind of boring from what we do. Okay, now stop marching. Reach up and grab the apples. Put them in your pockets. Grab the apples. Put them in your pockets. Grab the apples. Put them in your pockets. Keep going. Keep going. Grab those apples. Put in your pocket. Good. I can't exercise. I'm too busy. Well, you're doing it right now. Don't worry. Grab the apples, put them in your pockets. Grab your apples, put them in your pockets. Grab your apples, put them in your pockets. Okay, now march in place again, but this time touch your knees. Touch each knee as you go. Good. Good. Anybody feeling faint or dizzy? Don't drop. I don't have any AED here, okay? Just keep going. Good. We're doing 20 seconds each exercise. 3, 2, 1. All right, have a seat. Good job. Give yourself a hand.
All right, you ready to start?
Give yourself a hand.
That work?
Yeah. Okay. So what you just did was called metabolic conditioning. Okay. Metabolic conditioning, where you basically got movement. Now you're not just on a walk, although walks are good, zone 2 training, blah, blah, blah. But 3 or 4 times a week, you need to get your heart rate up and then bring it down. Heart rate up and then bring it down. It's called metabolic conditioning. When you exercise this way, okay, some people call it intervals, that you are strategically attacking the cortisol levels, the leptin levels, and you're boosting your human growth hormone inside your body, and you're building muscles. So we want to look now, again, when you do this type of weightlifting and movement type of exercise, that you are stroking up the anabolic hormones, you're building muscle, which means you're burning fat, and you're increasing your metabolism. You want that. That's the word. If you're going to go work out at the gym, you want this to happen. When you're just going for a steady jog, okay, that actually is increasing your cortisol and your leptin levels, and it has a catabolic effect where that's where you start wasting your muscles. You retain and increase fat, and you slow down your metabolism. So the difference between a sprinter and a marathon runner. Okay, so if you're running marathons, that's good, but you should be doing weight training to make sure that your body doesn't eat itself. Okay, and when you're strength training, these guys, these girls, they do all kinds of things like, oh, I wish I had her shoulders, right? You know, that's because of the training they're doing. So when you do this kind of working out, where you're on an interval and it's called a Metcon, then that's what helps. The exercise is literally your best miracle drug, because that's great for fat burning. It's, you know, when you're huffing and puffing like you were, like, that's, you know, you're burning fat. That's when you know you're getting your cortisol under control. That's when you know you're burning leptin and you're balancing out, is when you're huffing and puffing. So if you're walking out in the country and you got telephone poles, walk fast to one telephone pole and then walk slow the next one. Walk fast or run. You're doing intervals, 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off. 1 minute on, 1 minute off. 2 minutes on, minute off. But you're doing the intervals, catching your breath, and then going after it again.
So good.
That type of exercise is what strokes the fire and what gives you that body you want, okay? Versus just being on the Stairmaster for 20 minutes with your elbows locked out, just riding that, okay? Again, this is, like I said, great for regulating blood sugar, great for your lung capacity, great for heart health. I do have to confess, my wife and my son and I went for a hike around Chautauqua. Everybody know what Chautauqua is? That's an evil place. Evil. I started walking up what trail was it? Chautauqua Trail?
Yeah.
And they're all like walking here like this. And I'm like, you'd think I never work out. And they're like, you okay? I'm like, yeah, let me get acclimated. And my lungs had to get acclimated. I'm like, all right. So then what I say, we're going to come back every day and we're going to do this workout and I'm going to conquer this hill. Because it's all or nothing, right? Because I'm a man. That's how it goes. You can't do anything in moderation. But so my lungs needed a little bit of acclimating. But they're all over it. Mrs. Arvay's all over it. And then great for heart health, which I need. My parents have health history of problems, and I'm always trying to keep my heart strong too. So if you're looking to work out and do this type of workout, you just go to YouTube, SpineGeek, and we have 30 days of exercises there for you. Okay, everybody say thank you.
Thank you.
So you can follow the videos. Okay, now these videos are old. I didn't know you couldn't use certain songs. So while you're watching the video and doing the exercise, you may hear the music cut out because YouTube blocked me. Okay, but I haven't redone them yet. But there's 30 workouts here, and they're all good. They're all good. Or see, there's Michael. Michael's here. Who else is here? David, are you in there? There's Dave. Okay. And there's Denise. And is Carol here today? She didn't come. Okay. So every Saturday morning when we're in town, 8:30, we go through our mobility stretching. We go through strength training, we go through fat burning, and we have fun. And so we actually do this workout at 8:30, and we have bands, we have sticks, and we have a good time. My whole point is that if you want to get younger, you want to get stronger, you want to get your hormones back together, every day we're doing something to help you. So especially if you're a patient here, please utilize the services that we provide here for you, okay? Now, as we wrap this up, if you want to live longer, you want to lose weight, and you want to prevent disease from growing in your body, we talked about nutrition. Now, is there more to nutrition? Yes, there's more. But again, they begged me to do a 3-hour talk tonight, and I said, no. Nope, I want to be out of here, okay? And then exercise. And again, Dr. Joe, I didn't know that food mattered. Duh, right? Or I didn't know exercise was that important. Great, but what does your routine look like tomorrow?
Better.
I mean, when are you going to go shopping? When are you going to work out this week, right? I don't think I said anything yet. You're like, oh, newsflash. I did not know that crappy macchiato from Starbucks was not my friend. Why would they sell it to me if it made me gain weight? Because we'll buy it, right? Yeah. So now we're talking about the nerve system for a second, okay? Because it's really missing. So your nerve system is the key. Everybody say key.
Key.
It's the key that unlocks and regulates all the things we're talking about. Okay? A stressed out nerve system does not fix a good nutrition plan. A stressed out nerve system makes it harder to exercise. And so if we want to be self-regulating, we want to be healthy and happy and strong, then we have to have a nerve system that is working at 100%. The thing is that nowadays, more than other, we have this thing called TextNet, right? Does everybody know what I'm talking about? Doctor, right? Yeah, the whole thing. And what that does to the jaw and everything, the curve, the spine, and it does this. And everybody's not sitting up nice and tall, right? But the problem is that for every inch your head goes forward, your head literally feels like it weighs 10 pounds heavier. So if your head is going 2 inches forward, it literally feels like it weighs 20 pounds heavier than it should. And for the more it goes forward, basically your posture is ruining your health trajectory. I can't say it any plainer. Thank you. That it's literally that simple. If you watch your posture, you're going to watch yourself either go into the nursing home or you're going to watch yourself head to the cruise ship and the beach. It's all about posture. And it's not so much dependent on what I eat and how I exercise. It's about how I ignore my spine and let it just drift, or how I take care of it on a regular basis. And the other thing is that when you get adjusted and you take care of your nervous system and your posture is strong, your serum thiol levels go through the roof. When you need that for DNA repair, because those that have a really low biological age is because their DNA repairs fast and they stay younger longer. When your posture and your nervous system gets stuck on stress, your DNA will not repair like it's supposed to, and that has an accelerated aging effect on your body. So it's not just your posture makes you look old, it has an accelerated aging effect, and that's what causes your trajectory to go where it is. So everybody sit up nice and tall, okay? Now, let me have you slouch down into your chair, okay? Everybody slouching? Play along, Lucy. Now take a deep breath. Okay, take another deep breath. Feel that? Okay, now everybody sit nice and tall. Now take a deep breath. How much easier is that? Right? That's what I'm talking about. When your posture is like this, your DNA, your accelerated aging, everything is going the wrong direction. Your cortisol, your leptin, your human growth hormones shrinking. But when your posture's up, it's because your spine and nerve system now has changed. You can breathe. And if you can breathe, your trajectory changes. You get healthy, happy, and strong. Make sense? Yes or yes?
Yes.
So here's Brian. Brian lost 100 pounds, but before he lost 100 pounds, his neck looked like this, which was like stuck here. He was spending good money on weight loss programs. He was spending good money on personal trainers. A lot of you want to spend good money on all kinds of things, and yet if you just would fix your posture, you wouldn't have to spend all that money on all that other stuff. So he came into an office, they took his x-ray, his posture was 12 metrics, right, by about 2 inches going like this. And all he did is he got under care and he corrected, and now his curve looks like this. And his body, his metabolism kicked in, and now he lost 100 pounds because he changed his posture. He got his spine, not just changed his posture, but he got his nervous system stuck off of stress and now into healing. Well, you're just saying it because you're a chiropractor. No, I'm saying it because I've traveled the world and I've seen people in nursing homes like this. And they got plenty of vitamins, they got plenty of knowledge, they got plenty of medications, and they're not living on the beach like they should. And you got people that are smoking and drinking whiskey every day, but yet their posture's like this, and they don't care, and they're 90 years old, and they're having fun in life. It's all about the posture. It's all about the posture. So when your nervous system gets stressed, there's nerves in your spine that when those nerves get stressed, that's why you have headaches. Headaches are not the problem. They're the warning sign that your spine is going the wrong direction. The trajectory's off. You're stuck on stress. Same thing with depression, acid reflux, hypertension, sciatica, insomnia, vertigo, neck and back pain. And ironically, when you have these things and you go to a doctor, what do they give you? Pills. So your trajectory just keeps going the wrong direction. That no one is getting to the root cause of this because these are warning signs. Just like if the oil light came out of your car and the mechanic brought out duct tape. What's going to happen if you keep driving your car? Right? I digress. So as we wrap this up, the question is, over the next 10 years of your life, do you want your life to get stronger or stay the way it is? Okay. Stay stronger, right? But here's the catch. I wish that all habits, health habits, were equal. Because then you could just change your diet, right? And you don't have to worry about cancer or heart disease or diabetes or Alzheimer's. But why is it that people who eat really, really clean all of a sudden go to the doctor and find out they have cancer or they have heart disease or diabetes? Or someone who runs marathons or exercise all the time, they're working out, all of a sudden they drop in the gym. If it was just exercise and if it was just nutrition, then we wouldn't see a trajectory of diabetes and Alzheimer's and 1 out of 2 people with heart attacks and 1 out of 3 with cancer, right? The problem is that their nerve system is stuck on stress. That there's physical trauma from the day you're born. The doctor pulls way too hard on your neck and twists your neck. So that stresses out your nerve system. My thumb's my nerve system. Okay. I already assume, I've been saying this for 34 years. I already assume that you know what I'm saying, right? Okay, good, thank you. Just track with me, ESPN. So this rubber band is stressing this nerve here. Could that cause headaches? Sure. But the problem is that the stress on this nerve system is taking me away from where I want to go on the beach and going to be putting me towards the nursing home. And I don't want that. So slips, falls, accidents, poor posture, all has a negative impact on my nerve system. And now I'm stuck on stress. I'm dysregulating. I'm accelerated aging. I'm in sympathetic dominance. My vagus nerve, my vagus tone is all stressed out, which throws off my heart, my HRV, and all that stuff because of the stress on the nerve system due to trauma. But then there's chemical stress, the processed foods, the processed drinks, the alcohol, the medications, all that has a toxic effect on my nerve system as well. Then there's the fear and the anxiety and the emotion and trying to meet deadlines and always being late and stressing on the nerve system. So there's trauma, there's chemicals, and then there's emotional stress. And all that attacks the nerve system. And the nerve system is like a highway to heaven if you're healthy, but it's also a highway to hell once this gets stressed out. Because now it affects your emotions, it affects your hormones, it affects your digestion, it affects your immune system, it affects your performance. So my point is that if we want to have a nerve system that's working strong, what do we need to do? Change? Say it again.
Get your electrical system in order.
No, what'd you say, Janice? Take off the rubber band. I tried to make it easy. So when I took the rubber band off, what's my thumb doing all by itself? My cortisol levels are balancing. My leptin levels are balancing. My growth hormone is balancing. I'm no longer in sympathetic dominance. Now I'm regulating. Now I'm no longer, I'm in parasympathetic peace, rest, digest, because it's the nerve system, people. The secret to longevity is the nerve system. For those you've been getting adjusted at least once a week, way to go. I wish I could, if every appointment would take an hour if I could just tell you what good that was doing for you right now. Because the world has a way of doing this to you, right? And everyone's fine until they're not, right? So when you come in and you get adjusted, that's what I'm doing for you, really. When you bring your newborn babies in here and I check them and they have this, we scan them, I'm doing this. I can't tell you what we just prevented from happening. All the bad boyfriends and bad relationships. When you come in here, so that's why your story is the way it is. It wasn't that I was magical with giving you nutrition and exercise and detoxing the vitamins. That all comes after we took this off, right? Yeah. So if you have not had an x-ray of your spine in the last 6 months and you want to start going towards the beach chair and not the wheelchair, then we have an offer today where you get an exam, you'll get x-rays, you'll get 2 adjustments just to discover if you had this or not. Now, some of you are like, well, I'd rather not know. Okay, let's just forget about it and hope I'm wrong. What's happening to my thumb? Well, it doesn't really matter, right? It's still happening. So, examination, x-rays, 2 adjustments, just to see. I'm not trying to get you to start care. I just want to see if you have something on your nerve system that's interfering with your future longevity being healthy and strong. Because I wish I made the rules. You can go 30 days without food. Okay? You can go months without food. You can go days without water. You go minutes without air. The minute you cut the nerve of your heart and separate that, it's done. So there is a hierarchy to what you should check first. And the nerve system is most important. And so that's why I invite you. Okay. And normally it's $199. But today for online, it's $41. And we're going to take that $41 and we're going to donate it to local crisis pregnancy center here in Broomfield to help these women have a better life. Okay. So if you're a guest here tonight, basically when I'm done talking in 3 hours, I want you to get up and go find an appointment time over there. Next week, we're going to have appointments available. Make your appointment. Okay. So now, as I wrap this up, who else in your family might have this going on? So starting next Monday, we're having a friends and family week so that you can bring all your family and all your friends in, and we're going to raise money. Yes, for the resource center. But it's again $41 for them. Because again, bottom line, your posture determines the trajectory of your life the next 10 years. I wish I could say it any differently. I wasn't going to talk about this, but I will. I won't mention any names. I had an athlete, Olympic athlete, okay? Took care of them 2012, 2016. And they went on to do great things, kicking a lot of butt. And I just had said, make sure you take care of your spine because it gets beat up doing this sport. Came to now this athlete's biggest payday, biggest fight, biggest opportunity, and they had to pull out because they had to have neck surgery because the discs had worn out. So from 2016 to 2026, the trajectory looked great on the outside, but on the inside, her posture, her spine prevented her from having potential. Now she may come back and may fight, but it broke my heart, and I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. So when I talk about posture and nerve system, I've seen it and I've lived it.